Royse from the 2018 Silicon Valley Agtech Conference, our 5th annual conference, and I'm talking with Danielle Davenport from Angels by the Sea, who has just finished up moderating a panel for us on the state of the cannabis industry. So Danielle, I guess the first question is what is the state of cannabis right now? It seems to me that there's a lot of uncertainty and flux. Is there optimism in the industry, would you say? Are things going well?
Well, it's interesting. It's a very complicated time right now because we're in between it being legalized by the state and the different cities and county ordinances that have actually put in their regulations and their rules. So we're in this limbo as to how the cities are going to be rolling out what the state guidance is. The other thing is on July 1st, we're going to also have to implement the track and trace and testing of cannabis. And that's going to be some new processes, new legislation and issues that we need to manage. And that still has not been worked out. A lot of the local ordinances haven't figured that out. So there's a lot of complications right now. It's a very nebulous time. It's pretty interesting. On the panel, what I did was I asked all of our panelists what grade would they give our state today. And I was expecting the panelists all to give it a D or an F because it feels so complicated and so unstructured right now. But on the whole, they all gave it about a B, which I was pretty happy with because of the optimism for where we're headed, and that we're going to work out the kinks, and it's just going to take some staying power, and the industry is really going to prove itself. Awesome.
Well, I know that you must be pretty bullish on the area since you just started a Foundry. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Some partners and I have started the Santa Cruz Foundry, which is a Cannabis Collaborator. And what that means is that we're going to have multiple things under a 50,000 square foot facility. We're going to have shared use licensing. There's legislation that's been passed that if you have a manufacturer's license or a distribution license, that you can share those licensees from the same facility. So think of co-location and co-working spaces, but by using the same license. So we're going to do that under one roof. We're going to have a commercial kitchen where, say you're creating granola bars and you only need a kitchen for 1 day a week. You're going to be able to come in and just use the kitchen for that 1 day a week, and you're not going to have to go out and get your own license. We're also going to have a customized accelerator for startups. We're going to have a fund. And the other interesting thing that we're going to do is the cannabis industry is going to be overloaded from all the regulations. And so one of the issues with the businesses and these smaller mom and pops and the smaller businesses is that 40% of their cost of goods to sell is going to compliance right now. If we can cut the compliance costs down to 20%, we can help those companies stay in business. We're going to provide a whole back office suite of services so that we can get economies of scale across the industry and then source it out to these different businesses to use. So think of outsourcing for the cannabis industry, but we're going to provide all of your compliance needs, HR needs, tax needs, everything you need all under one roof. So the companies can focus on what they do best and focus on their passion. Most large enterprises have shared services, so we're going to be the shared service provider for the cannabis industry.
Well, that sounds awesome. I think you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, well, thank you, Danielle Davenport from Angels by the Sea. We're talking to you from the 2018 Silicon Valley Agtech Conference.